solutions, and welcome to your grade 10 probability. Today on lesson 5 we are looking at probability identities. So we are not going to say much but rather give you a formula. So the probability identity that we are going to introduce right now is this formula here. Probability of A or B is equal to probability of, maybe let me use a bigger font size. I think it's better. Yeah, let me use this one. Probability of A or B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A and B. Remember, if you don't like it in this format, you can write it in with probability of A or B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A and B. Okay, minus probability of A and B. Okay, right. So now this is the equation that we use. Okay, this is the formula rather, or identity that we use. Okay, remember guys, they are the same. It depends what you want to do. If you want to use the symbol, you can use symbols. If you want to use weights, you can use weights as well. Okay, so they are the same. Okay, perfect. So now what I am going to do, I am going to prove that indeed this is really working. We are going to take that example of, remember in video 4 we used an example of Anati and Tiamo. Alright, so example, I'm gonna say from video 4, yeah, from lesson 4, let me say from lesson 4, yeah, from lesson 4, which was about Anati and Tiamo. Anati and Tiamo. You still remember? From that video of Anati and Tiamo, we had this. Remember, we called this one here, Anati was A, and then Tiamo was B, right? So probability of Anati, if you recall, Anati took factors of 20. Anati took factors of 20, whereas Tiamo took multiples of 5, right? So what we found was that the set of Anati was 1, 2, not 3, right? 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20, right? And the set for for Tiamo, which is multiples of 5, was 5, 10, 15, and 20. And we did find that A and B, was 1, 2. If you recall, A and B, and means that you it's a set that contains at least elements in one of the sets. All right, at least the elements must be in at least one of the sets. So a simple explanation would be you must include when we talk of A, let me start with or, not and. Let me start with or first. Okay, let me start with or, A or B. So when we use or, which is a union, it needs to contain all the elements that are in both sets. Okay, all the elements that are in the two sets. Not, let me put it like that. It must contain all the elements that are in the two sets. So they are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 15, lastly 20. All right, and then when we look for A and B, and is your intersection. Your intersection must contain elements that are in both sets, right? So which ones are those? It is 5, 10, and 20, right? Cool. So now, from this example, I want us to, calculate, okay? We'll say calculate 1, probability of A, 2, probability of B, right? Probability of B, and then 3, probability of A or B, and then 4, calculate the probability of A and B, and then 5, prove that when given probability of A and, probability of A, probability of B, and probability of A and B as given, prove that when given A and B, probability of A, probability of B, probability of A and B as given or as calculated above, prove that when given these guys as calculated above, that P of A or B using probability identity, using the probability identity, it's better now. Using the probability identity, using the probability identity will be the same as in question 3. Okay, so we are going to prove this. Okay, so I'm not going to waste time. But I want to remind you guys that when we talk probability, we say it is, remember, the reason why I'm saying I'm not going to waste time, the key thing that I want to focus on for this video is this item here. Okay, otherwise all these things we did in video, was it video 4? Yeah, video 4. Okay, so we know probability of A and probability of A will be number of outcomes of probability. Number of outcomes of A over its sample space. If you recall, sample space was 20. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 items, which is 6 over 20. This simplifies to 3 over 10. Now probability of B is number of outcomes of B over sample space. What is it? It was, I think it was 4. It's 4 over 20, which simplifies to 1 over 5. Let me go to the previous page. 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct. Now, probability of A or B is number of outcomes of A or B over sample space. What is it? It is, I think this was 7. It is 7 over 20. Let me confirm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probability of A and B, number of outcomes of A and B over this guy, sample space. So what was this? It was 3 over 20, isn't it? It was 3 over 20. So now, guys, I want you to remember, you either use this formula or this one. It doesn't matter. They are the same one. They are the same thing. Okay. So now I want you to prove that when you substitute probability of A, probability of B, and probability of A and B onto the probability identity, you will get this answer here. Okay. I should add probability identity. Let me add it here. using the probability identity. Okay, so I want you guys to use these values that you calculated here and prove that the probability of A or B that we are getting when we use probability identity will really be 7/20. Go ahead, I'll give you a minute. Okay. I'm giving you guys a minute. I hope this is one of the easiest questions you have come across. It's just substituting into that identity. Okay. I believe you guys are now done. So now let's prove. So remember, so the probability identity is probability of A. Let me see what I was using. Okay, I was using letters. Probability of A or B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A n. Okay, so what is this? Probability of A is 3/10 or 6/20. In fact, let me take 6/20. 6/20. I'm lazy to take out my calculator. 6/20 plus probability of B is 1/5. So let me take it as 4/20. 4/20. Guys, even if you write the simplified answer, it's okay, okay? It is super okay. All right. Minus probability of A and B. What is probability of A and B? It is 3/20. It is 3/20. So what is our answer? I do see we have 10 minus, we have 4, 6 plus 4 plus whatever. You guys have calculators. So because I don't have a calculator, this is why I use this. 6 plus 4 is 10, minus 3 is 7. Let me check. This guy here is not over 10, it's over 20. So our answer is 7/20. Now let's check. Yes, we did get 7/20. Do you now see this identity works? Okay, this identity works. So now we are okay. This identity works. We are good to go. Okay, we are good to go. So you can use this identity. You can see now you have many ways of solving your probability questions. Okay, so with that being said, ours ends here. And look, if you want to get in touch with us, you can visit our website, www.ramtasolutions.co.za. On our website, you will see all these icons at the top. You can click on these 3. They will direct you to your favorite social media platforms, depending on which platform you are using. And this one, I believe this is where you are watching this video right now. Please subscribe, like, and share the video as well. Okay, and if you're looking for a tutor, please click on these 2 icons. This will open your WhatsApp, and you can send us a WhatsApp text. Please indicate what kind of service you want, whether you want us to help you with study planning or you want us to help you ace your exams. We will help you so you get your theory and you pass your exams. Of course, remember, you need to work as well. Okay, and of course, you can also email us depending on whichever is convenient for you. So this is it, guys. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.